Welcome to episode 3 of the Miss Independent Boss Babe Reform. Ladies, today I'm going to talk about creating space for a man to feel needed in your life by leaning back, doing less, and receive from a man. And this is so important, and I'll share why later in this video. But first, if you're new to my channel, I help the Miss Independents and Boss Babes who are ready for change in their dating and love life by getting them back in touch with their feminine energy to transform and create balance and harmony with a man so they can feel their absolute brightest as a woman. And if you've missed the previous 2 episodes of the series, you can check them out right here. All right, so my Boss Babes, Miss Independents, every one of us, both men and women, gravitate towards people that make us feel needed, valued, right? But sometimes, as the strong and capable Miss Independent Boss Babe, the biggest wedge you might be placing between yourself and a man is your willingness to want to do it all. And you'll communicate this by saying, oh, I can do it, or oh, that's okay, babe, I got it, or no thanks, I can take care of myself, right? But when you lead with this type of energy, this prevents him from being able to give and provide to you his natural gifts, capabilities, and pride as a man. You are actually taking away his sense of purpose in your life. Look, I know we as women are incredibly capable, but keep this in mind. If you take away his sense of purpose when he's with you by doing everything yourself because you can, then he will act without purpose towards you. If you create a lazy, uninspired environment towards you, he will act lazy and uninspired towards you, okay? And I know that's not what you want, right? Ladies, a man wants to wear his superhero cape and rescue the damsel in distress once in a while. But if you're a damsel with a blowtorch setting fire to the ladder he's climbing on because you can save yourself, why the heck should he stay with a chick with a blowtorch who's putting his balls on fire, right? He's not going to attempt to climb a ladder for you again, right? And if he can't be the hero in your life once in a while or always, he's not going to feel needed, valued. Ladies, most men find pride, validation, and purpose through the medium of work, accomplishments, aka purpose. And if you don't have a dragon for him to slay once in a while, he's going to go someplace where there is a dragon with a damsel in distress, ready to give him a superhero's props. So it's super important to create space for a man to feel needed and have work, purpose, to be able to help you and give to you, provide for you. And when I say provide for you, this goes beyond money. You know, money is only one currency of provision, but the other currencies are caring for you, protecting you, etc. And now, ladies, I want to be very clear about something before I go any further. I am not saying you have to be this, cute, pretty, submissive pansy stroking a man's ego just so he can feel big and strong. But when you're with a man you want love and romance with, it's important to recognize that you are not only going to have to love him as a person, as an individual, but also recognize his masculinity and recognize that that masculinity has masculine needs too. It's like 2 separate entities that need to be recognized. Does that make sense? So this is super important. When you decline help or gifts from a man and deprive him of work in the relationship simply because you want to exercise your Miss Independent Boss Babe beliefs and do everything yourself, you're actually preventing him from investing in you. And when he can't invest in you, he can't bond with you. And in the long run, he won't find you valuable to him. Because ladies, a man doesn't get attached to someone that has no value to him. Don't forget, it's not about how much you do for him that makes him bond and stay with you. It's how much he invests in you. Money, time, energy that makes a man bond and stay with you. All right? So generally, when a man's with a woman he's attracted to and interested in, he'll want to give and provide for that woman. And if you've just started dating, he may try to give and provide for you with simple acts of chivalry, like opening the door, taking your coat, paying for the date, etc. Receive them with warmth. Give him the satisfaction of giving to you and making you feel special. Because ladies, a man doesn't have to open the door for you. Are you kidding? He doesn't have to do anything for you. No one has to do anything for you. So if he's opening the door for you, accept it. If he's paying for dinner, accept it. Do not pull the 50-50 let's split it card with the man you want romantically. Look, if he wants to be a gentleman to you, accept it. Allowing him to do that for you takes nothing away from your independence or your value as a woman. All right, ladies, you got to start understanding that the more you're open to receiving and accepting from a man, the more he will continue to give to you, invest in you, and connect with you. But if you decline even the most simplest gifts from a man, like opening your door, you are actually rejecting him, and you're setting the tone for the rest of the relationship, if he stays with you, that it's okay for him to give you the bare minimum because you have shown him through repetition of your own actions that you don't need him to be the man for you, to plan dates, to lead, to protect, and to be attentive. And then later on complain that you're doing everything in the relationship and that he won't step up as a man for you. You are just as responsible as him for making sure the standards of how to be treated are established very early on by warmly receiving from him and allowing him to give to you. All right, does that make sense? All right, so it's super important to keep your Miss Independent mindset in check when you're with a man you want romance and love with. You know, I always say in almost every one of my videos to drop the Miss Independent boss babe mentality. You know, just check it at the door when you're with a man romantically. Ladies, it does not serve you when it comes to romance and love. So how do you create space for a man to feel needed in your life? You create work for him here and there. Create problem-solving opportunities for him. Ladies, I'm not saying to actually create problems and headaches for him. Oh my God, do not do that. What I'm saying is let him into your heart, into your life, by letting him put on his superhero cape and solve a problem for you, even though you kind of already know what you're going to do. All right? Let him solve it for you for two reasons. Number one, you actually might be surprised at the solution he comes up with. It may be better than yours. Number two, you might be surprised at how he interprets the problem, you know, providing you with a different insight, because men think so differently than we do, right? So here's an example. Let's say you had a super hard day at work. There was a situation at work. Even though you kind of already know what you're going to do about that situation, regardless, share that problem with your man. And then in the end, ask him, what are your thoughts? He's going to naturally go into his problem-solving mode and come up with a solution. And when he does, really praise him for it and show him appreciation. You know, make him feel amazing for being your knight in shining armor and slaying that dragon. Ladies, look, if the feeling of respect and appreciation is something that gets him fired up, stroke it. There is nothing wrong with creating opportunities to make your man feel amazing, to nurture his masculinity. You know, the more he feels amazing with you, giving to you, the more he'll want to give to you. I mean, we as women love hearing from our man that we're beautiful and special and that we turn them on, right? So if your man creates opportunities for you to be in your most feminine, like let's say he says, baby, get dressed up. I'm taking you someplace fancy tonight. I know you love getting fancy. Oh my God, you're going to feel excited, right? You get to put on your sexy new stilettos and wear that hot little dress you've been dying to wear and look gorgeous for your man. You're going to feel extremely feminine, right? And throughout the night, let's say he gives you like nonstop compliments, gives you his jacket to drape over your shoulders, and gives you his undivided attention. Oh my God, you're going to feel so safe, amazing, and feminine, right? He created an opportunity for you to be in your feminine. And the more you feel safe and beautiful with him, the more you'll open your heart to him, right? Same concept. Ladies, it is so important to nurture and encourage a man's masculine qualities just as equally as it's important for a man to nurture and encourage our feminine qualities. You know, when a man feels needed and valued, that he has a cup to pour into, he's more inclined to stay in that environment with that person, all right? Here's another example of creating work so he can put on a superhero cape. Building things, fixing things, killing things around the house. Sometimes start doing something in his presence and really amp up your feminine energy. You know, let's say you're trying to put together a piece of furniture. I know this is going to sound awful, but you know, start playing helpless, the damsel in distress. Like you can't put the darn thing together and say, baby, this thing feels so heavy. My arms are hurting. I really want to go to my yoga class on time, but it feels too heavy for me and I can't go fast enough. I don't think I'll make it. Baby, what do you think? And observe how he responds. He may say, yeah, just leave it there, I'll finish it. Or, you know, he may grumble, but end up saying, fine, I'll do it. But ladies, if he doesn't, just leave it alone and go do your thing and create space for him to eventually see the problem himself, that it isn't going anywhere, and solve that problem. And when he finally puts it together, no matter how many days it took, praise him and show him appreciation. Look, ladies, even if you can put the stupid thing together yourself using our ingenious ways that we women do to accomplish things, you don't need to. My Miss Independence, it's okay to just relax and not do everything yourself. It's okay to have a man do things for you. Look, personally, I have not met a man who hasn't had a look of sheer satisfaction after putting something together for me, kill a giant spider for me, or go out of his way to fix something for me. Look, I've had a man help me with heavy furniture, half dangling off the dolly, sweat dripping down his face bulging red, clearly struggling with it, but insisting he can do it alone. And you know what? I let him do it alone. And when he was finished, he was the proudest, satisfied man for helping me out. So I didn't have to struggle, get dirty, and possibly get hurt. In the end, it's a win-win for both of you. He feels sexy and manly after conquering something for you, and you get to exercise and express your natural gift of warmth, appreciation, and love as a woman, and look fabulous as you cheer him on. Most men like to make women feel happy, and a lot of that is through giving to a woman. Again, if a man doesn't feel like he has purpose in your life, impacting your life, there's no incentive, motivation, inspiration for him to stay and to love you, because he's not getting anything in return, right? Because what a man values more than anything is respect, work, and purpose in his life. A man is very work inclined. His pride and identity as a man is tied in with work and the accomplishments of his work, his investments. So practice the act of leaning back, relaxing, and creating space for a man to feel needed in your life. Practice not doing everything in your life, even if you can. Practice receiving from a man. And also importantly, asking from a man using feminine energy. And you can watch this video here on how to communicate with a man so he hears you. Ladies, if he's genuinely interested in you and cares for you, then he will want to make you happy. Excuse me. He wants to be the gentleman in your life. He wants to be needed in your life. And I'm going to close out with these final words. Just like how you fix the crown on your bestie's head and make sure it's on straight and shining bright at all times, fix the superhero cape on your man so it's shining bright too. If you do this, he should and most likely will make sure your crown stays on your head too. All right, ladies, that is it for today. If you found value in this video, I ask that you take 2 seconds to hit the like button and share a comment below. This helps my algorithm and helps YouTube share this with more people who may need to hear this. All right, and be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos on the continuing series of the Miss Independent Boss Babe Reform. I help the boss babes and Miss Independents get back in touch with their feminine energy to transform their dating and love life. I also help women create a life of clarity, peace, and happiness by tapping into authenticity, self-acceptance, and self-love, and harnessing power through life challenges. And check out these videos here. These 2 videos are super helpful. All right, thanks, ladies. I will see you next Friday or Saturday, most likely a Saturday. All right, bye.